Welcome to game 3 of the series. Antilles versus Siddolio. Antilles got faction selection and of course chose US forces, the faction with which he was successful in game 1, but Siddolio is going to change things up. Go over Commando West instead of Oster this time. US forces is going to field infantry, recon, and airborne against Siddolio's Spec Ops, Scavenge, and Luftwaffe. But it doesn't look like Antilles plans to change his build at all. Still went with double rear echelons. I'm expecting him to throw down that same fighting position here in the bottom left as soon as his rear echelons get down there. Judging by their movements, yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. If Siddolio were feeling particularly pro, he could intercept that construction with these Sturmpyos. Gamble on his opponent doing the exact same thing twice, but I guess he's not going to do that. And I was wrong. No fighting position. He's just going to move to take control of the fuel. Sturmpyos jump inside the building, see that there's nobody nearby, leave the building, start heading towards the south fuel to head off those rear echelon troops. You might actually catch them building for the first burst. Not really. But either way, the engagement is certainly won. Sturmpyos jump into close range and force the retreat. And there they go. Volksgrenadiers taking control of the fuel right there. SWS just sitting right there. Maybe he wants to run over a fence or something. Double Volksgrenadier opening to a double rifle and an extra rear echelon troop opening. There's a third Volksgrenadier squad queued up now. Sturmpyos run straight south. They decap the fuel and then run straight south to start capturing this munitions. Interesting. Apparently he's prioritizing the capture of munitions over the capture of fuel here in the early game. Riflemen head off. Volksgrenadiers here will charge into close range against them and force that retreat easily enough. I don't know why he's not retreating. There he goes. Wanted to try and kill one model, I guess, but he couldn't get even that and loses 4 models in the engagement. So that's pretty rough opening for Siddolio. Still holds this fuel. Rear echelons both sent to harass the north now while riflemen work on the south and center. This Volksgrenadier squad will catch those riflemen as they try and cross the road. Do pretty good damage to them in that red cover. And more squads are moving to support in this engagement, so there's a retreat from Antilles. Rear echelons taking advantage of that fuel point right there. Wire also going down on some green cover here in the north. Siddolio moving Volksgrenadiers to counter. Sturmpyos taking control of the cutoff. The squad of riflemen is going to start making its way towards the center to maybe put pressure on this cutoff while Volksgrenadiers try and secure control of this fuel back. Rear echelons leave their position in the north to go harass this strategic point. There's mechanized regiment from Siddolio. Probably going to go flak half-track next. Sturmpyos catch a lone rifle squad. Might be able to win this engagement. Looks like they will. There's the retreat. They only inflict 2 losses and receive 2 in return though, so not a great engagement. But at least he forced a retreat. Volksgrenadiers should win this. They retreat on that squad though. Oh, don't lose that, Siddolio! That was a late retreat and they don't get away. They do not get away. That is an extremely painful early loss. It was over Commando West that teched. He's now going to have to contend with 4 riflemen, 2 rear echelons on an infantry, a tiny infantry army. He does field himself an MG-34, so that potentially could help. He's really nowhere near a flak half-track though. He's definitely got to get some more territory under his control, get that fuel coming in if he's going to get that thing out in a reasonable amount of time.
Americans are making a push. Crew, taking fire! Come on, you old bastards! Contact! Small arms fire! Watch for grenades! Men are focused on
Sturmpyos forced 1 retreat right there and moved to take back control of this cutoff. This cutoff also being taken by these Volksgrenadiers. Siddolio expanding his map control a little bit after forcing a few retreats. There's a captain in production for Antilles, so Going straight to flak half track may be difficult against that captain tier opening from Antilles that, I mean, I think Siddolio probably knew exactly what he was going to do. Captain and infantry company still getting a flak half track anyway. Probably didn't really feel he had much of a choice. But against this, Fallschirmjäger spam would probably just make more sense. Maybe not spam, but getting like 2 squads of them and not losing any Volksgrenadiers and going tier 2. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Maybe an infantry support gun? I don't think that flag half track is the best choice. I would be surprised if he would manage to keep it alive against Captain into Stuart, which is what I think is going to happen. But we'll see. See if he can pull this off. Stern pilots force a retreat from rear echelons here in the south, start getting that munitions under control. Second MG-34 on the field, making its way south to start capturing some territory down there. Volksgrenadiers toss a grenade and force a retreat. Antilles does not dodge, reacts a little late, and has to retreat.
Taking fire! Infantry attacking! Strike them down! Strike them down! Enemy movement! On the flank! Send your orders!
Captain forces a retreat from these Volksgrenadiers in the north. There they go.
Point secure. Maintains in position. Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Looks like Siddolio won this engagement. Flak half track is in production. MG-34 set up here in the south, push away those riflemen in green cover. I think this, yeah, I don't think they can benefit from green cover because it looks like that's a flank. Stern pilots continue working the south. They're not really engaging though. Only 2 kills on that squad, but not that many losses on that squad either. It's just not really engaging with them. There's the Stuart in production. That Stuart's going to hit the field almost before the flak half track, which is pretty bad if that's happening. Stern pilots get caught at range by riflemen. Try and close the distance over open ground. And they might win that. He's going to retreat anyway because of the rifleman on his flank. He doesn't want to get wiped on retreat. Doesn't look like Antilles is yes, he is. He doesn't even try for the wipe though. He's just like whatever. 34 walked right into a captain, but there's the flak half track, so that's going to shut down that or potentially wipe that. Antilles! No, that wipe! Oh no, he wasn't watching the engagement, and there go his bazookas. That's a huge pickup for Siddolio. That means that Stuart is going to be alone in trying to take out that flak half track, but it might succeed. Siddolio has no AT at all, no Raketenwerfer even, let alone Panzerschrecks. He spent all his munitions this game on grenades. That flak half track might die. I don't know, maybe not. Stuart can't really dive the OKW base safely. He's not going to chase it. He might wipe these Volksgrenadiers though. Way overextended. Probably a dead Volksgrenadier squad. And that's 2 Volksgrenadiers wiped for Siddolio to 1 captain wiped for Antilles. Siddolio continues to pretty much be behind. Working map control though, getting control of the fuel and victory points as well as he can. Squad has to retreat. Flak half track pretty much just hiding behind this vision blocker, and Siddolio knows there's a Stuart on the field and still hasn't fielded a counter to it. No Panzerschreck is possible. No Raketenwerfer yet. That may be his next purchase though. These LMGs. 3 of 4 Volksgrenadiers now wiped. Stuart is going to go in on the flak half track, and there it is. GG, 9-minute victory for Antilles, who is the new king.